Hi, this is Mrs. Zhu, and today we're going to be working on our homework actually. So this actually changed to homework number 29, and it's going to be on page 98 of your notebook. The last page of your notebook for a notebook check, which is on Thursday. So watch out for that coming up. We did number 1 in class today, so let's go ahead and skip down to number 3. It's quite difficult. I'm going to highlight the key words here. And let me remind you that before you watch this video, try the problems first, at least read through them, or write something down that that'll help you, so that when you get to the video, as I'm going kind of quickly, you'll be able to follow along, because I'm not going to spend time stopping to read the question or anything. So for number 1, we want to highlight $400 per week, and then plus a 3% commission on everything he sells. We want to write and solve an inequality. We are looking to find out how much he must sell. So how much he must sell. And he wants to make at least $700 for that week. Then we also want to interpret the solution. Okay? So there's actually 3 things we're looking to do. We're looking to write and solve and to interpret. Let's get started. We know that there's $400 as he's making per week, plus a 3% commission. So if I have a 3% commission, I want to take that and change it into a decimal. What is 3% as a decimal? Is it 0.3 or 0.03? Depends on how many times I'm supposed to move that decimal to the left. Well, in the number 3, the decimal is in the back. So I have to move the decimal twice, 1, 2, and remember I move it twice because of percents are out of 100, and hundreds have 2 zeros, so I'm moving that place value twice. So 2 times would be back here, and then I added that 0 in front of the 3. So it is 0.03 and not 0.3, so be very careful there. He earns $400 per week, so that's going to be $400 for the week. And for this question here, I did tell you that if we see the word per, we're supposed to use multiplication. Now, I'm not going to take 400 and multiply it with W, like the number of weeks, because what I'm looking for is how much he has to sell. So I'm not looking for the number of weeks in this question. I just know that for the week, that's how much he sells. So because I'm looking for the weekly income, I want to just take 400 as the number, because that's what he's going to make for that week. Plus, he's going to make a 3% commission, so he's going to add 3%, so 0.03, on everything he sells. Now, if he takes a percentage of something, then of also means multiplication in math. So I'm going to multiply 0.03 by x, and x means what he sells. X is what he sells. Okay, now so this 400 plus the 0.03 commission of what he sells, X, that's the total that he wants to have. Now that total must be at least $700. So at least is going to be something that's larger or equal to, so I'm going to do larger or equal to the $700. So there's me setting it up. Now we're going to solve. So now we would take the, I'm going to work off another page here. We have 400 plus the 0.03, x is greater than or equal to 700. From there, that's number 3, we are going to first undo the 400 and then undo the 0.03. So there's 2 steps. This is the friends and family strategy. So 400 goes first. I'm going to subtract the 400 from 700, giving me 300. So 0.03 times x has got to be greater than or equal to 300. Then I'm going to take the 0.03, and move that over. And while I was doing multiplication here, I'm going to do division here. So this is when we're going to get our little nifty calculator out and divide that. So put the 300 in the calculator first, then the 0.03, and x will be greater than or equal to 10,000. Alright, so the label that we're going to have on that is how much, I think, so label. Now when it says to interpret the situation, when I interpret, then I actually have to say, well, what does this answer mean? It means that I have to save, okay, so the guy, he must sell 10,000 at least to make a profit of at least $700 for the week. For the week. For each week. Sorry, it's kind of messy. Okay? Alright, let's go back to the worksheet. Number 5. Let's highlight the key information here. We've got that she spends $8, or she has $8 to spend. She wants to buy one large postcard, some small ones, so we know she's buying one large one, but we don't know how many small ones, just some. Okay, that's probably going to be our unknown. Just saying, because we don't know. Unknown. We also want to write and solve the inequality, and we are looking for how many small postcards, so that's our unknown. So first thing we want to do usually is to look for the unknown and give it a variable. Our unknown here is the small postcards, PC, so we'll just say S. So I want to buy one large, so the large one is $2, so I want to spend $2 plus a couple of small ones, plus now because I'm buying small ones, I'm going to pay, the cost is per small postcard. So the cost per small postcard is going to be 1.25 per, or each would be the number 125, the cost, times the amount of small postcards that I want. And so S stands for the number of small postcards. So I'm going to take 1.25 and multiply it with S. I'm adding that with the large postcard because I'm still going to have the large postcard no matter what, but I do want to add a certain number of small ones. Okay, that should be, oh yeah, sorry. And so that amount, since she only has $8 to spend, and that's it, that's the maximum. There's nothing more than $8. So if I put 8 here, then this amount, should it be greater or less than 8? Well, he only can spend up to 8, meaning that it should be less than or equal to 8. So that's my inequality. I'm going to move to the next page just to give myself some space to work it out. So in number 5, I've got $2 plus the 125 for each small postcard. That's going to be less than or equal to $8 since I can't spend more than $8. It's got to be less than $8. So to find S, I want to first move the 2 and subtract it. So this the first step. I get 6. So $1.25 times S is going to be less than or equal to $6. Then I'm going to take the 1.25 and move that over. Instead of multiplication, I want to do division. So I want to divide. So in my calculator, 6 divided by 125 will give me S is going to be less than or equal to 4.8. Now this is postcards, small ones. So, well, I don't think I can buy 0.8 of a postcard. So what does this mean when I interpret the solution? Okay, so when I interpret the solution, then what I'm going to get is that 4.8 can't really be the actual answer. I must buy, well, it's not let me see, it is lateral can buy up to 4 postcards with $8. She can buy up to four small postcards. She can't buy 0.8, so she could just buy 4. She'll probably have some leftover change. Alright, let's go back to the worksheet and let's try number 7. Okay, 7, here we go. Key information. He's got 16 cupcakes. One batch takes 2.5 cups of flour. He saved 6 cups of flour. Well, he must save. So now we're going to write and solve an inequality. We're also going to interpret it. We're answering the question, find how many batches. How many batches? Okay, here we go. So we're going to start with the 6 cups he already has. Okay, so 6. He's saving that. Plus, now he's adding because he's got a certain number that he saved. Then he wants 2.5. So 2.5 is 2.5. So when we put it in our calculator, it'll be easier. 2.5 cups as a decimal. Now that's each batch. So if that's each batch, then I want to take 2.5 and multiply it with B, because 2.5 times the number of batches will give us how many cups of flour they need. So he only has 16 cups of flour, so he's limited. He's limited in his amount. Okay, there's a maximum that he can have. So this expression that I just wrote, compared to 16 cups, should 16 be larger than that? Should 16 be less than that? Well, this amount would be his total cups. He can only have up to 16, a maximum, so he's got to be less than or equal to 16. He can't have more than that. So this total here on the left side can't be greater than 16. It's got to be less than 16. Okay, so from there we're going to solve. And I have some space down here, so we'll work off this. First I'm going to subtract the 6 from the 16, which is 10. I still have 2.5 times the batches is less than or equal to now 10. Then I'm going to take the 2.5, and then instead of multiplication I'm going to do division. So in my calculator, 10 divided by 2.5 gives us 4. So B is equal to 4. Well, not equal to, tisk, no equal signs. It's actually less than or equal. So we're going to make 4 less than 4 batches. So if I interpret this answer, what does my answer mean? Well, just like I did earlier, if I interpret the work that I did, interpret, then Corey, can make up to, 4 batches of cookies. He can't make any more. We can also say he can make a maximum of 4 batches of cookies. There we go. Have a great day, and please ask me for any questions that you have on this worksheet tomorrow. We will go over it.